Hey guys, what is going on? Greenberg Gaming here, and today we're going to be talking about rebuilding the Jets in 2017. So, if you're a Jets fan, you know how bad the Jets were this year, and that they have a lot of work that they need to do if they expect to make the playoffs in 2017 or even have a decent record. So, the first thing that I think we should do is find a new quarterback. Despite the fact that we have 4 quarterbacks on the Jets rosters right now, none of them, I think, are the future of the Jets at the quarterback position. I think Fitzpatrick's got to go. Geno Smith will likely go. And I don't think that Bryce Petty or Christian Hackenberg are ready to go as starters for a successful team going into the future. So I think we need to either draft or pick up a good quarterback in free agency, perhaps Tony Romo or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers backup, Mike Glennon, I believe his name is. Or we're going to have to find someone in the draft. But regardless, I think the quarterback position needs to be addressed, and I think that quarterback is not on our roster right now. So that is, I think, the number one priority from the Jets. And I think number 2, we need to release troublemakers like Brandon Marshall and Sheldon Richardson. I mean, these guys have been fighting in the locker room all season long, and I think Todd Bowles needs to say, you know what, guys, not only could we use the cap room from both of you, we don't want to deal with the problems that come along with having both of you on the team, and considering the fact that Sheldon Richardson really doesn't fit well into our defense right now. We have Muhammad Wilkerson and we have Leonard Williams as the ends, and those look like our 2 guys going into the future. So I think we should just get what we can get for Richardson at this point and release him, because we don't want to deal with all of his problems. And that's what I feel our number 2 priority should be, getting players who really want to play for Coach Bowles and are willing to be disciplined and stick to the program. Number 3, we need to deal with the Darrelle Revis situation. He's due $15 million this year. He definitely did not play like a guy who deserves $15 million at the cornerback position this year. I think if he wants to stay a Jet, he needs to restructure that deal in half, if not more. And I think we need to maybe consider moving him to a safety position. Obviously, he was getting burned by a lot of the best wide receivers in the league this year. So we need to do something with him. I don't know exactly what, but we need to figure out, restructuring that deal, potentially moving him to a new position or something like that. Number 4 is the coaching situation. Obviously, Chan Gailey retired, and 5 of our assistant coaches aren't coming back, which means we have a lot of coaching gaps that we need to fill now. Offensive coordinator obviously being the most important one. There's been talks of finding a new offensive coordinator, maybe even from the college ranks, who is more in line with the Todd Bowles system. So we'll see what that looks like. We don't really know who that's going to be at this point, considering the season just ended. But whoever that is, we need someone who's going to put up more than 3 points a game like we're getting under our current offense. So obviously some of that is the quarterback, some of that's the coordinator. The blame kind of goes all around in this system this year. I was kind of thinking about, in my personal opinion, I might fire Todd Bowles because, this team was bad and it was injury prone. But in the last few weeks, it really didn't look like the effort was there from the Jets. And I think hopefully going into 2017, that effort changes because, being bad is one thing, but not putting in the right effort and making stupid mistakes is another. And I think that if Todd Bowles wants to keep his job, his guys really need to play all out for him in 2017 and win some games, hopefully. And the last thing I think we need to address is younging up the team overall. I think, Brandon Marshall is getting pretty old. Obviously, Fitzpatrick is pretty old. We have a lot of guys on our team who are getting older, who we signed because we thought we were going to make a playoff push. And now that it looks like that isn't going to happen, I think we need to start to dump off some of those guys and start looking to the draft and the younger guys in free agency to bolster up this roster, rebuilding for the future as opposed to trying to make a playoff push, because that doesn't look like where we are right now, especially in the strong AFC East division where you got both the Patriots and the Dolphins winning at least 10 games. And the Bills very close to 500, 1 game below 500. We're kind of the odd team out as the really crappy team in the AFC East. So that's it for this video. Those are the main. I could probably go on forever about how the Jets could potentially rebuild in 2017. But those, I think, are the main things we need to address. Let me know how you would rebuild the Jets, or if you think I missed something important, or maybe you wouldn't release Brandon Marshall, Sheldon Richardson. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. Subscribe if you want.